What's up, guys? It's Cam Gwynn talking at you again. Let me straighten that out a little bit. Anyway, so today on Gwynnology, I got a couple movies that I would like to talk about that I liked. Midsommar and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. So let's start out with Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Quentin Tarantino's ninth studio film. I like Quentin Tarantino a lot. Director of Pulp Fiction, Reservoir Dogs, Django Unchained, The Inglourious Bastards. The list goes on and on. He's had a lot of good movies. Dude's good at what he does. So obviously, I like those movies. I have to go see this movie. Isn't that how it works? So this movie has Brad Pitt in it. It's got Leonardo DiCaprio in it. It's got Margot Robbie in it. Dakota Fanning. Star-studded list right there. That's a good list to have. So before I continue going into it, I'm not going to have any spoilers. I'm not going to give you any specific details on these movies. So let's dive on in. So I went and saw this movie, okay? Looking it up before I went and saw it, everything that I was reading was saying that it's going to be semi-historical, semi-around the Manson family, semi just around that time. It's not really going to focus on the Manson family. There was a lot of confusion. I didn't know what to believe. What is okay. So this is what I'm here for. You guys want to watch this movie? You guys want to go see this movie? This is what you need to be prepared for. Okay. It is partially historic, partially about the Manson family. It's mostly about Leonardo DiCaprio and Brad Pitt, though, and their characters and what they do. Brad Pitt is Leonardo DiCaprio's stuntman in it, and Leonardo DiCaprio is an actor. Yeah. So that being said, the historical part is everything that went around the Manson family is put in, for sure, and it's mentioned, and it's accurate. I know quite a bit about the Manson family, and I was proud of this. It was had the right setting, right place. Setting is place, but had the right time frame, had the right characters in it, even the right names. All the names were correct for this too, and the whole movie isn't based off of the Manson family, but the Manson family is a big part of it. That's all I can really say. So imagine a movie that you're watching and it is completely historically accurate up until like the last scene, the last like 15 minutes, and then it's just poof, gets flipped on its head and the director goes in a different direction. That's what this movie was. That's how this movie ended up. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood was historically accurate until about the last 15-20 minutes, and then Quentin Tarantino put his spin on it, which I liked a lot. And I heard some people murmuring as I'm walking out of the theater. They're like, oh, this movie wasn't that good. 2.5 hours, I'll never get back. Well, maybe you just didn't get it, because I thought it was good. And yes, I'm a Quentin Tarantino fan. Yes, I like a lot of his movies, but it had the Quentin Tarantino vibe to it. If you don't like Quentin Tarantino, chances are you're not going to like this movie, because it's got that Tarantino vibe. If you like the Manson family, you might like this movie, but you might not, because it's not in it that much, and Charles Manson's only in it for like one scene. But other than that, I thought it was a good movie. For Quentin Tarantino standards, though, it's not his best movie. Django is definitely better. Pulp Fiction, way better. Reservoir Dogs better. Almost all of his movies that he's had were better, except for maybe Hateful Eight and Dawn to Dusk. Yeah. It was good, though. I'll give it a solid 7.5 out of 10. I would say go see it, but that's me. So now, Midsommar, the movie that people have been kind of like talking about this summer. Weird. And it, wow. That's all I really gotta say. It was a thriller / horror movie, and it's in my opinion the best thriller horror movie that I've seen, because it played with my emotions as I was watching it. It made me really, really like certain characters, and it made me really dislike certain characters, and it made me almost feel like I was experiencing what these characters were experiencing through the acting. The acting was really good in it. It didn't have like any big name star really in this movie, but they didn't need it. It really didn't need it. Okay, so with that out of the way, this movie was about a couple college students who have a friend that's from Sweden. He lives in a commune, kind of like the Manson family. Weird. Either way, he lives in a commune in Sweden, and his whole family, they have a midsummer festival, and he invites his friends from college to come out and enjoy the festivities. And everything goes south really fast. Really, really fast. These Americans have no idea what they're getting into, and it just, you see them break just bit by bit and piece by piece, and it just like unravels into this huge thing. There's a lot of stuff that I can't unsee after watching it, and it was good. It was really, really good. I really, really liked it. I would recommend it 100%. They came out, so the movie's like 2.5 hours long, which is kind of long for a thriller. When you think thriller, you think of like The Purge, where it's like an hour 45, hour and a half-ish, like that long. It gets your blood pumping a little bit, and then boom, it's over. This one just kept going and going and going and going. And I read more into this as I like to, and I can't remember the director's name off the top of my head, but the original version that he put together for this movie was almost 4 hours long. So he had to cut it almost in half. Almost. He had to cut, like, I think the final number was like an hour and 20 minutes off of this movie for the original release. They came out with another release, the director's cut, which adds another 25 minutes to it. I haven't seen it yet, but I've heard what they add to this movie. It makes it even better, and it should have been in the beginning, which makes me super excited and makes me want to go see the director's cut. This movie was awesome, and I think it sets the bar for what we should expect for thriller and horror movies. Even though it doesn't really have much of a horror aspect to it, it definitely has the thriller aspect to it, and it nails it right on the head. It is like, this movie might be the benchmark for the way we want to watch thriller movies going forward. It did awesome. In most thriller movies, like, you get a couple scenes where you're like, what did that have to do with the rest of the movie? Why was that important? Did that even matter to the rest of the story? And a majority of the time, the answer is no. It didn't matter to the story. This scene didn't need to be in it. It was just there for a little fluff. Get it a little longer. Make it a little longer, And this movie didn't have any of that. Each scene was precisely put in a good spot, in my opinion, and it needed to be there. Everything that we see in the movie needs to be in there for what this movie is. So that one I'm going to give a 9 out of 10 because, no, I'll give it a 9.5. It was damn near perfect. Damn near the perfect movie. Really, really liked it. The only issue about both these movies is they're rated R. So, unless you're 18, talk to your parents about it. Maybe they'll let you watch it. Who knows? Midsommar, though, you should probably be a little older when you watch that one. It's messed up. So, that being said, Midsommar, 9.5 out of 10. Really liked it. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, 7.5 out of 10. I liked it. That's all I really got. If you guys like this video, smash that like button. Helps me. It's easy for you. And if you like any of my videos, feel free to subscribe. I invite you to it. Gonna have some fun this year. We got a lot of stuff that I gotta be talking about soon. So thank you guys for watching. Cam Gwynn, and I'll talk to you later.